Hello, my friends. Welcome back to AgriWork USA, where we take you inside the most fascinating stories behind the food farms and factories that shape our world. Today, I'm going to tell you something you might not know. Bison are no longer just a symbol of the wild. They're now the heart of a booming industry worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Today, over 400,000 bison roam ranches across the United States and Canada, contributing to the annual production of nearly 25,000 head processed for premium red meat. That's enough to supply millions of pounds of lean, nutritious bison meat to restaurants, grocery stores, and health-conscious homes every single year. But here's a shocking truth. Not long ago, these mighty animals, once numbering more than 30 million across North America, were driven to near extinction. By the end of the 19th century, fewer than 1,000 bison remained. How did this incredible creature go from the brink of disappearance to becoming a symbol of resilience and the centerpiece of a red meat industry that's not only surviving, but thriving? And what does it really take to raise, care for, and process these 2,000-pound giants, transforming them from free-roaming icons into one of the healthiest, most sought-after meats in the world? In today's journey, we're going deep into the untold story of bison farming and processing, where ancient instincts meet modern technology, and where the untamed spirit of the American plains is preserved in every bite. So grab a seat, stay curious, and let's dive right in. To truly appreciate the bison's incredible journey, we need to rewind to a time when over 30 million bison roamed the vast grasslands of North America. For centuries, these majestic creatures were central to indigenous communities, providing food, clothing, tools, and shelter. Every part of the bison was used with deep respect for nature, but everything changed in the 19th century. With the arrival of European settlers, bison became the target of industrial-scale hunting, driven by railroad expansion, the demand for hides, and deliberate efforts to disrupt Native American life. The result was catastrophic. By the late 1800s, fewer than 1,000 bison remained. It could have been the end of the species, but thanks to the efforts of early conservationists, indigenous tribes, and ranchers, bison were pulled back from extinction. Protected herds in places like Yellowstone National Park helped the species slowly recover. Today, the bison stands as a powerful symbol of resilience and revival. There are now more than 400,000 farm-raised bison in the U.S. and Canada, alongside 31,000 wild bison living in protected areas. But this is more than a conservation success story. It's the rise of an ethical, sustainable meat industry, one that honors the past while feeding modern demand for healthier, eco-friendly red meat. The bison's comeback reflects human determination to correct mistakes and build something better. But this journey is far from over. Next, we'll step inside the ranches and processing plants where tradition meets innovation and discover how these mighty animals become one of the most prized premium meats in the world. If you already know about this interesting farming activity, please comment number 1 to let us know. If not, please comment number 2 so we can continue to learn. The journey of every bison begins on the wide open plains, where ancient instincts still shape the rhythm of life. calving season typically arrives in late spring or early summer, when mother bison known as cows give birth after a gestation period of around 9 months. These calves, often called red dogs, due to their reddish coats, weigh approximately 55 pounds at birth, already about 30% larger than their wild counterparts. Within just minutes of birth, a bison calf can stand and follow its mother, a survival adaptation honed over thousands of years. In nature, staying close to the herd and moving swiftly is the key to evading predators. On bison ranches, these natural instincts are respected, but paired with the careful management of modern livestock farming. For the first 7 months, calves nurse from their mothers, while also learning to graze on natural grasses. At around 4 to 6 months, weaning begins, and young bison transition to a diet rich in native grasses, hay, alfalfa, and organic grains. This balanced nutrition ensures healthy growth while preserving the lean muscle mass that gives bison meat its signature taste and texture. Interestingly, unlike factory farming, bison are typically raised in semi-wild, free-range conditions. Their natural behaviors, grazing, roaming, wallowing, are encouraged rather than suppressed. This not only keeps the animals healthier, but also reduces stress, which directly impacts meat quality. Ranchers work closely with veterinarians to monitor each calf's development. Routine health checkups, vaccinations, and hoof inspections are essential in keeping the herd disease-free. Many modern ranches even use drones and digital tracking systems to oversee large herds spread across thousands of acres. This careful blend of wild freedom and gentle human stewardship is what allows young bison to thrive. By the time they reach full maturity, usually around 2 to 3 years of age, these giants can weigh anywhere from $1,000 to 2,000 pounds, standing tall as living symbols of strength, resilience, and survival. Raising bison isn't just about letting them roam. It's a delicate science that combines animal welfare, environmental sustainability, and modern technology. Unlike cattle, bison have incredible grazing efficiency, meaning they can thrive on land unsuitable for crops while maintaining minimal environmental impact. On most ranches, bison spend their days grazing freely on native grasses, which not only mirrors their wild ancestors, but also produces the leanest, healthiest red meat. During harsh winters, or when pastures are resting, bison are supplemented with hay corn or grain pellets, ensuring they receive the nutrients needed to sustain their massive size and energy levels. An adult bison consumes roughly 2 and 3% of its body weight in food daily. That's nearly 24-30 pounds for a mature bull. Unlike highly controlled feedlots, bison ranches favor rotational grazing systems. This approach allows pastures to regenerate naturally, preventing soil depletion and preserving biodiversity. It's a method that not only respects the land, but also reduces the farm's carbon footprint, a key factor in the sustainability conversation. Herd management also involves regular health inspections and safe handling techniques. Because bison remain closer to their wild instincts than domesticated cattle, handling them requires special care. To conduct vaccinations, weigh-ins, or tagging, ranchers use curved alleys and squeeze chute systems designed to minimize stress and prevent injury. Many ranches now utilize RFID ear tags and GPS tracking to monitor individual animals and herd movements across large properties. Some even employ drones for aerial surveillance, saving time and labor while enhancing animal welfare. By combining ancient survival instincts with cutting-edge agricultural techniques, bison farmers have created a model that not only ensures animal health and safety, but also protects the environment and produces one of the cleanest, most sustainable red meats on the market. By now, you've seen how bison are raised with care, respect, and a touch of wild spirit. But here's the big question. How does all that translate into the delicious premium bison meat people are raving about? Before we dive into the next part, hit the like button if you think bison are cooler than cattle, or comment number 1 if you'd love to visit one of these ranches someday. Unlike industrial cattle operations that handle tens of thousands of animals, daily bison processing is done on a far more intimate scale. Around 25,000 head of bison are harvested annually in the United States and Canada, tiny compared to the 30 million cattle slaughtered each year. This difference is not just about numbers, it's about philosophy. Bison are herded into low-stress environments designed to mimic the natural flow of wild herds. Wide curved pathways help guide them, gently minimizing fear and agitation. The slaughter process itself follows strict humane handling protocols, including stunning methods that ensure animals are rendered unconscious instantly. Why such care? Stress hormones can affect meat quality, texture, and flavor. When animals remain calm, the end product reflects it, both ethically and in taste. Once inside the facility, the real work begins. But here's where bison meat processing stands apart from typical beef plants. Due to the sheer size, strength, and muscle density of bison, adult males can weigh over 2,000 pounds. Much of the skinning, butchering, and trimming is still done by hand by experienced butchers. Automated machinery simply can't handle the unique build of these animals with the same level of care. The hide is carefully removed using specialized knives, followed by precise separation of each cut. This artisanal touch not only preserves the integrity of the meat, but also ensures safety for workers handling these powerful animals. The facility itself operates under the strictest hygiene and safety regulations, with temperature-controlled environments and routine inspections. Every step is designed to maintain food safety, traceability, and environmental sustainability. So, what happens to the meat? Unlike beef, where fatty marbling is often prized, bison meat is celebrated for its leanness, offering health-conscious consumers a protein that's naturally lower in fat, but still rich in flavor. Some of the most popular premium cuts include chuck eye, a tender, juicy cut perfect for slow roasting or steaks. Short ribs, with their deep, bold flavor, they're ideal for braising. Round steak, lean yet flavorful, great for grilling or stir-frying. These cuts are naturally high in omega-3 fatty acids, heart health, zinc, immune function, iron, energy and endurance, and vitamin B12, nervous system health. Each piece is carefully portioned, vacuum sealed, and labeled to preserve freshness. The packaging process is fully automated, yet overseen by quality control experts to ensure the meat remains untouched by contaminants and retains its authentic wild taste. And it doesn't stop there. Even the bones, hides, and organs are repurposed, turned into leather goods, pet treats, and health supplements. It's a zero-waste philosophy that honors the animal's full value. Bison meat is now featured in some of the finest restaurants across the US and Canada. It's also appearing in health-conscious homes where families seek alternatives to traditional beef. The market for bison meat has been growing by over 10% annually, driven by demand for cleaner, leaner proteins. And with every package sold, whether a gourmet ribeye or a humble bison burger, consumers take home more than just food. They bring a taste of the open prairie, a living connection to North America's wild spirit. If you were at a restaurant tonight, would you order the bison steak or stick with a classic beef ribeye? Comment below. I'm curious to see who's ready for an adventure on their plate. Bison have been central to the heritage of Native American tribes for thousands of years. Long before ranchers and factories, bison were hunted respectfully, and every part of the animal meat hide bones was used to sustain life. For many indigenous communities, the bison is more than just an animal. It's sacred, representing abundance, survival, and spiritual strength. Today, even as bison farming has become a modern, multi-million-dollar industry, many ranchers and tribes are working together to ensure that this deep cultural connection isn't lost. In fact, some of the largest bison herds are now managed by Native American-owned ranches, where traditions and conservation go hand in hand. Let me ask you something. Do you think it's important to keep these cultural stories alive alongside modern farming? Drop a yes in the comments if you agree or share your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. From an economic perspective, the bison industry contributes hundreds of millions of dollars annually to rural economies in states like South Dakota, Montana, Colorado, and Oklahoma. With over 500 bison farms in operation across North America, the industry provides jobs in ranching, veterinary care, meat processing, and logistics, tourism through ranch visits, ecotourism, and wildlife photography, export opportunities for premium meat hides and byproducts. But what truly sets this industry apart is its commitment to sustainability. Bison are naturally adapted to the prairies. Unlike industrial cattle, they require minimal intervention, no artificial growth hormones, no unnecessary antibiotics, and no feedlots. Their grazing patterns even help regenerate grasslands, promoting biodiversity and healthier soil. In a time when more and more consumers are asking, where does my food come from? Bison ranching offers an answer rooted in nature, respect, and environmental balance. The demand for bison meat is growing fast. In the US alone, sales have been increasing by over 10% each year as more consumers seek alternatives to traditional beef, something leaner, healthier, and more ethical. It's not just about steaks. You'll now find bison in burgers, jerky, sausages, and even gourmet pet food. And because it's still considered a specialty item, it carries a premium price tag, benefiting both farmers and local economies. The story of the bison is far from over. What was once a near tragic tale of extinction has become a testament to resilience and responsible stewardship. With every new generation of ranchers, conservationists, and consumers who choose bison over industrial meats, the legacy of these powerful animals continues. It's a reminder that with care, respect, and innovation, we can reconnect with the land and the wild, not just through stories, but through every meal we share. But now I want to hear from you. If given the chance, would you try bison meat? Comment 1. Do you think bison farming is a sustainable solution for the future of food? If so, comment 2. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them. If you're as fascinated by the hidden worlds of agriculture, food, and industry as I am, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to AgroWorks USA, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new exploration with us. Thank you for watching and for being part of this journey. See you in the next adventure, where together we'll uncover more secrets of how the world really works.